Hey, what's up my friends? This is a brand new video about a new project that I'm starting. This is a 2007 Mini Cooper S that I've recently picked up as a Corona special during these pandemic times. I got it off of Craigslist as a non-runner, and the person who owned it before me said that they had some previous work done to the vehicle. I guess they had the head gasket replaced at one point, and shortly after, about 4 months after that, the person was driving back home from work late one night, and the car just suddenly stopped running while they were on the road, and they couldn't get it started the next morning when they had it towed back to their location. So, they had the vehicle diagnosed by a local mechanic who said that it could be something to do with the timing chain, and basically the person didn't want the car anymore. So I was able to swoop on it for a super low jug price, and now it's in my hands, and I'm going to be kind of doing this video blog slash journal to document my journey as I investigate what the problem is and attempt to make the repairs to bring this car back to life. So I hope you find this video somewhat interesting, and I hope you can take away some useful information as I'm going through the nuts and bolts to kind of piece together what went wrong and what we can do to remedy that problem. Thank you for tuning in, and hope you enjoy this video. Well, I think I found the culprit of the problem here. So you can see this is not supposed to really be detached from the exhaust cam. I don't know what's going on around here, but it looks like something major happened. If you can see down inside, there's a broken bolt there. I gotta figure out what the hell is going on around here. But at bare minimum, it's gonna need a whole new timing chain kit and some other stuff it's gonna need for sure. Also too, I think he stripped the threads on this one here. So basically what we're looking at here is a camshaft bolt that snapped off of the exhaust cam sprocket there, and here is a close-up shot of the bolt that I'm going to attempt to extract. And as you can see, I'm already getting down and busy here. I got the whole front end torn apart on this vehicle, and just wanted to point out, here's some of the areas around the turbo. You can see how oily it looks, and a close-up shot of the wastegate. This guy is missing a bolt there, so not a good sign already. And as I'm tearing this car more and more apart, I'm seeing more wiring exposed, and it's starting to concern me a little bit. And as I went ahead and removed the turbo manifold, there was all kinds of mismatched bolts on those as well. And here's a close-up shot of the front of the engine. You can see how gunky it is, just full of gunk and grease and oil. And I'm removing the intake manifold here, and you can see some more exposed wiring down below, and it's just like a rat's nest down there. I mean, I don't think the wiring is supposed to be exposed like that. Okay, today's May 5th, 2020. Happy Cinco de Mayo, you guys. I wanted to update you on the project. What we did here was we went ahead and cleaned off most of the engine block here, got all the gunk off. Took a while for that, and I also cleaned off the AC compressor, the bracket, and a little bit of the frame. Cleaned off some of the gunk there, here. The transmission casing, did that. And I took off the oil filter housing and oil cooler assembly, which I believe caused most of this gunk in the first place. So I will be replacing all of the gaskets and the seals that go on the oil cooler itself. And I also ordered all new copper crush washers for all of these fittings that I'll be putting back once we get the turbo back on there. And then on top of that, the biggest thing I did this morning was I took off the other half of this exhaust camshaft bolt, which was lodged into the camshaft. I thought I had to use an extractor to get that out, but I was lucky enough that this was kind of loose when I was trying to use my drill. So I figured, you know what, I'm just going to use two jewelry flathead screwdrivers and kind of just, you know, turn them both at the same time and work its way out, which I did, and I got this bolt out. So that's a relief there, and working my way over this side now. I'm just trying to get all the different connections off so I can pull off the you know, the high pressure fuel and the vacuum pump, and we can get this head off as soon as I get my tool, the camshaft alignment tool, which is coming in. Look at the wiring, you guys. Whoever this knucklehead was that did the head gasket the last time, this guy, whoever this guy was, did all this wiring wrong. Yeah, I ordered all new braids from Amazon. They're about $5 for 25 feet, and I'm going to redo all these wirings here because it's just a terrible mess here, and all this black tape just comes off after a while, so it's not really good. And yeah, after that we get the head off, and we'll go ahead and go from there. Hopefully I don't have too many bent valves, but we'll have to see about that. I do have an all new exhaust and intake valve, comes in a kit, lined up in my shopping cart in case I need to get it, so we'll go with that. And then also too, I'll be replacing, redoing the oil pan gasket here. I don't think that was done right either. I mean, you can see it's just a whole bunch of gunk still around there. Once the car is running, I'm going to go ahead and do the transmission fluid and the transmission fluid filter, and reseal the pan on that too. And the car should be running good after that, so we'll go from there. Alright, you guys, just stay tuned, and we'll keep you updated here. Yeah, so another thing I wanted to point out was, you know, this bozo, whoever did this head job, you know, this idiot uses different size bolts, you know, like for example, this one here, you know, I was trying to take it off and I was wondering what the hell it was, and you know, I got myself a little 10mm socket. I'm thinking it's a 10, so you know, here's a 10, right, and fits on this one, but on this one it doesn't fit, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell, you know? And then you can see here, you know, here's a different bolt, eh? And it goes on and on, you know. He does it over here too, you know. He's got some different bolts here. I mean, I was like, what the hell, you know? If you can't even put the right bolt on, how can I trust your work? You know what I mean? If you guys want to take something off, keep the bolts together. You know what I mean? And then look at this, the threads on this here. Look at that. I'm probably gonna have to retap this hole. Stupid. Just my little rant. Alright guys, stay tuned. Dog, you fucking serious, man? This guy uses a damn hex bolt size 5 on the most difficult side of this thermostat housing. All the other bolts are standard 10mm, and this guy decides to use a size 5 hex bolt, and the hex bolt itself is not even in good condition. I mean, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Again, I don't know what this bozo, but you can see this fuel injector clips here. I mean, like, this one's okay, but I mean, this one's just missing the clip on top, the locking tab. You know what I mean? Alright, let's get this off here. Alright you guys, today's May 6, 2020. I just wanted to give you a little update on the project here. So I went ahead and like I told you earlier, we cleaned off most of the gunk on the engine block. As you can see, I still haven't done the top side, so this is kind of how it looked like before I started doing all the cleaning here. And then this is probably like the after effect here. You can see it's kind of looking more normal again. And I went ahead and I actually found waiting for my camshaft locking tool to come in, but thankfully I had one of my locking pins when I used to own a BMW X5, and I did a head gasket on that, and this was able to kind of fit underneath where it goes right in here. There's a hole, as you can see, and this tool just kind of slips right in this hole right in here, and it barely just fits, so I was able to get that in there. And thankfully enough, I was able to use my long torque bar. I would have used the impact gun, but I didn't want to snap the bolt, so I used the torque bar 18mm socket on this bolt. And when I went to take off the crank pulley, surprisingly it wasn't even on there that tight. I mean, it was just barely even on there, so I didn't really even need a torque bar. And just imagine if someone were to drive this car every day and all of a sudden, you know, this bolt came off so loose that your timing just went out of whack. You can see the teeth over here is completely disintegrated. I mean, it's just chewed off, and that could have caused this whole thing to go kaput. So that's what I'm thinking happened, because if you can see, the timing chain itself looks okay to me. I mean, like, I don't really see anything wrong here with the chain itself. As I'm laying it here, there was this little thing I did notice here earlier, right into here. If you can see, maybe I can get this sun to come out. There we go. There's like a little, I don't know, something lodged into this part of the chain. That could have been chunks of this damn thing that got lodged in there. But I mean, the timing guides look okay. They don't look cracked or anything. Of course, I can't tell until I pull the whole thing out. Like I said, I was able to get that. Also, too, was a snapped camshaft bolt that goes on the exhaust cam. I ordered one of those brand new. It came in from Washington, but I was able to get that out the other day, thankfully, without having to do too much extraction on it. So I really lucked out on that. But anyhow, today I'm going to pull the head off. I got to pull off this timing first. So I get these brackets off of here, and you know, of course, there's a couple more things I need to get off, like this tensioner assembly here, and we can pull off the head and inspect to see if I have any bent valves. That's the most major thing that's concerning me at this point, because then I'd have to order new valves, and depending on the damage, you know, if there's any damage to the valve seats, valve guides, or even on the piston, if it's a cracked piston, I really don't know what else to tell you until I pull this head off. So we'll pause the video here, and then we'll continue after I get the head off, you guys. Alright. Again, I just want to point out another thing here. As you can see with these reverse Torx bolts here, you know, whoever tried to take off this pulley the first time around, you know, kind of stripped these bolts, so I'd have to go and source out new bolts again. I gotta go to the wrecking yard again. It's another $2 for me, but I gotta do what I gotta do. So just wanted to add that on to the notes here for you guys. Alright.